Hey y'all, welcome back to Movement Link. So something people love to complain about is the weather. So something that's helped me just in my life, and then once you start doing it with yourself, you start noticing it kind of everywhere. But just not complaining about things that are out of your control. So something, and I'm not even gonna take a guess how many of our members do it, but the first thing so many people do when you see them for the first time that day is they immediately complain about the weather. One of the major things, I live here in Austin, Texas, one of the major things people love to complain about is how hot it is. We get up beyond 100 degrees. I don't know how many days a year, but maybe 30 or more days a year. So it is hot here a lot. Austin's a super active city, so there's so much stuff that we can do outside, and if we just kind of embrace the heat, it opens up so much. So not only does that remove a lot of the stress and negativity from our lives of just complaining, but if we embrace the heat, there's actually a lot of benefits that come to it, and it comes in the form of heat shock proteins. So it's not just embracing the heat to get you tougher and dealing with it and all these other things. There's actually a ton of health benefits that come with heat shock proteins. So a lot of the research done with heat shock proteins is done with traditional saunas. So that's something to keep in mind too. Infrared saunas might be able to do the same thing, and definitely being outside in the heat can do the same thing, but the dosages of these things can be different. But basically, when we have heat stress applied to us, our body releases heat shock proteins, and these heat shock proteins, they can hang around for like 24, 48 hours, and they have incredible health benefits. They can improve cardiovascular endurance. In the sauna studies, the rate at which people who consistently get into saunas can get into the down by 40%. So heart disease, risk factors, it is incredible what this can do. Longevity, muscle mass. So as far as just kind of being overall healthy, working out, sleeping, non-exercise activity, proper nutrition, these things are so important. And then we can do additional things that help boost our immune system, boost our performance in the gym, and boost the longevity, and heat and cold shock proteins can do this. So next time you're working out, next time you're just outside and it's really hot and you start to get flushed and you can feel your heart rate elevate, that is heat shock. This is not necessarily a bad thing. There's so much benefit. So one thing to also keep in mind here is that if you are working out and training in heat, your performance in that moment is probably going to be much lower than what you'd be able to do without it. I forget what the exact numbers are, but what I've read is that if you're looking at just your mile time, any degree above like 72 degrees is going to increase. It might be like 78, so Google this. But anyway, any degree above 72 to 78 is going to increase your mile time by 2 seconds. So if you're up in the 100 zones, we're looking at increasing your mile time by a minute or more, which is a pretty drastic change. So just because your performance may suffer a little bit in the short term in the heat, all of the cardiovascular, endurance, muscle growth, and longevity, anti-aging properties that these heat shock proteins have will play out in the long term. So it's not always about today. Sometimes it's about let's train in a way today that will set us up to be better in the future. So next time you're complaining about it being hot, or you're in the middle of a workout and you're just like, oh my God, I'm so hot, embrace it. Not only are we gonna get like the mental toughness and the physical toughness out of embracing and just dealing with things, there's so many health benefits that come along and training benefits that come along with heat shock. So hope that helps. Talk to y'all soon. Bye.